What's up, guys? Nolan here again. Today we're going to be doing another Wargame Red Dragon replay commentary kind of deal because I actually just straight up and forgot to record this one. But I'm doing ×3 through the deployment phase, but I'll go ahead and drop it down for when the game actually starts. If the game was actually longer, if it was like an hour long, the ×2 wouldn't be so effective. But because this one's only about 40 minutes, well, 43 minutes, when you put on ×2, it actually goes pretty fucking quick. So basically what I was trying to do here is that we were going to double up on the, it's 4v4 on Bloody Ridge Conquest. I'm with my buddies Bolt Sauce, Bearcat, and Raffy from the Rappack. If you have not checked out Bolt's channel already, Saucy Network, I'll leave a link to the link to his channel in the description. Please go check it out. Yeah, so basically what we were doing is we were doubling up on the town. We were going one center and one to the right. I wanted to do double in center and double in the left with just a little bit of stuff on the right because no one really ever pushes on this right side, but whatever. I went for the napalm on the road early on. Made sure I got my recon up there. See what was going down. I noticed that oh, I gotta drop this quick. I noticed that these MI8s were coming in, so I bought a bomber to grab them, but I noticed that they were actually moving from where I thought they were going to land. They're actually moving farther back, so I called the bomber off. I could have actually just told them to hit here and it still would have done the same thing, but didn't notice that in real time. I'm dropping some recon squads. These are Jaeger 90s, and then I got three 1A5s in automatic and a couple of Dragoner. They're either Dragoner or Live Garden. I dropped the Jaeger. Oh, they're not Jaeger 90. There's Jaeger. All right. So he had a very, very big push over here. All the BTR 80s and BTR 90s. Very, very expensive. But something that you need to realize is when you see this is that they're not going to have a lot. When he goes for the expensive stuff, when you see all these Spetsnaz, you see the BTR 90s, you see the BTR, even the BTR 80s. Like, these are all BTR 90s, though. They're not going to have a lot. And when you have a deck like mine where I have a lot of infantry, I really was not worried at this point. I was able to catch them in the open with the 1A5s, and they just lit them the fuck up. I think these were Brad 21s that ended up hitting my Andava there. Took out my Andava. Or not my Andava, my automatic. I saw some ATGMs coming in on the Leopards. I made sure I tried to find those and eliminate them. Grab the ATGM team. Apparently I did not grab them soon enough. They had a lot of AA, but I still went for the bombers because I knew I needed to try and suppress them as much as possible. So I still, even though I figured I was going to lose them, I still bombed away. And then I made a push with my tanks up into this field. It was pretty back and forth here for the beginning. But, wow, it's pretty loud right now. I hope you guys can hear me all right. I'm going to turn down the volume a little bit. Sorry, guys. I think it actually paused there, so it's all right. So pretty back and forth here in the town. We got Bolt in the center with his armored push, but he was actually taken down. And then Raffy on the right. This is what I meant on the right. No one pushes right, so all this stuff, it could have been helpful in the middle, and it could have been helpful on the right. Really doing nothing over here on the right. Still back and forth. We're pushing our tanks through the field here. This looks like Raffy's a little bit over here with us. We got Chaparral. He doesn't have any infantry with us though. Keep pushing through. I believe at this point we had already killed their AA that was back here. Now they're bringing in the ATGM planes. Yeah, the ATGM planes wiped us up pretty good. At this point, I felt okay with it because I knew that was money that they were spending on planes and not infantry to take the town back. and all our AA had been killed. Got a little bit left. There's one of the K's gone there. So we're up in points right now, but they have Foxtrot, so we need to be making some changes here soon. Bear is a little bit newer to the game, so we were trying to tell him we need to keep infantry coming in. I was buying planes left and right. I didn't have the income to keep bringing infantry in. This was a somewhat low income, somewhat. So it's a little bit difficult bringing in stuff and deciding what I wanted to buy and what I didn't want to buy usually. I brought the Mi-28 in. I went for the food strike. But something weird about the food is that it doesn't shoot all of its rockets in one go, and it'll just kind of stay up, so it kind of just kept flying forward. I think I realized that after that one went, so. Straws with their epic range, taking up the Mi-28 there. Bolt just making sure he holds back Hotel. They don't want to get into that, or it'll be fucked. Got some more infantry coming up. I think they're dragging her. So now it's me, Raffi, and, well, it's Bearcat, Raffi, and I in the town. We have some more reinforcements coming in here. So when you guys tell me about not doing ×2, this is the kind of moments I'm talking about. There really isn't much going on. We got some more reinforcements coming into the town. They have Motosoki 90 and BTR 80s. That's very expensive. I think that's like 40 points. Is that 40, 45 points? Am I wrong there? I'm not sure. It's very expensive. Good infantry and a solid transport is probably about 30, 35 range. BTR 90s, those are very expensive. Those are going to be the Spetsnaz. I think the most you can have with the Spetsnaz is like 18. The BTR 90s, I think it drops it down to like 16, I think, maybe. I don't know. We'll look it up after this game. I know you can't have very many. So when I keep seeing squads of 2 of them, and they had a lot of them at the beginning there, it actually makes me, even though they're very dangerous right now, they're not going to be dangerous for much longer because you know they're not going to have a lot of them. IL-102 coming in. Draken. I want to see what I got with that Draken there. All of his infantry and one of the BTR 90s. That was worth it. That was definitely worth there. Alright, drop that back. Babs hitting Spetsnaz. More BTR 80s. Got my Dragon in here to help out. Another automatic. One of these automatics I screw up on. I didn't even hotkey it, so I wasn't able to turn it off. I was actually kind of planning. I think it was the second one. Do I have another one coming? Yeah, it's with this guy right here. I knew that they were going to try and seed me, so I'm sitting there waiting to turn it off. And then I go to press 1 and nothing happens. And it was like, oh shit. And then I like scramble to try and find it and get it. And then it's too late. By then the BM got me. You'll see it here in a minute. This automatic gets taken out by this 27M, I believe. And they're going to take the town because we weren't reinforcing it well enough. Goes the BM or the SU-27, and actually while on the run to get that plane he grabbed the automatic. Damn, do I kill it? I do kill it though, so worth, and the MLU gets out. So at this point they have the town. I'm gonna be moving this automatic up so that I can kind of use it as a support unit. I want it to start shooting at infantry. What's the HE on the automatic? HE at 3, but it shoots pretty quick. They're plus now right now, cause +1 right now, and they're also winning because they have Foxtrot there. So we need to start making some moves here, and our decision making right now is making us think we're gonna be doing Echo first, because they probably don't have too much back here. It's probably just all in the town, maybe a little bit of AA here and there, and a recon somewhere, but they're pretty much all in the town right now. And there's the BM-27 to kill my automatic. That was what I was talking about, where... Did we kill it, though? At least we killed it. You only get one of those per USSR deck. It looks like we have at least 2, so I think another one comes in later. But yeah, I knew they were going to do it. I knew they were going to do it because I was shooting at infantry, so the guy realized that it was there and that it was on. So naturally, you're going to see it. And it did not hotkey it, so I wasn't able to turn it off in time. Very lucky we didn't lose our VAB here. In real time, I did not notice that this was getting smirched. But later in the game, I noticed that it goes down to 1 health. One of these hits it. Yeah. Something else must have hit it later, because I remember seeing it on very low health later in the game. More fight in the town. I remember in real time noticing the Urals, so I wanted to make sure I killed the Urals. I think I've got 3 more squads coming up here soon. Yeah, there's 3 there. And then I also brought in some good arty. So the arty I was telling hit about here, I believe. Yeah, there it goes now. And at some point here, I tell it to start hitting the resupply trucks. But when my reinforcements come in, I tell them to move to the resupply trucks. I want to make sure we get rid of those. Another IL coming in, along with the seed plane. Seed plane grabbed both of the Hawks. They probably don't lose the IL. The thing's a beast. More Dragoner coming in. I'm using a just Danish deck, by the way. I'll leave the link in the description. Just Danish. Just Denmark. No Landjet, where it's usually German and Denmark, just Denmark. It's pretty good. It's pretty okay. Especially with the planes. The planes are amazing. You can get like 3 elite blocks, which are ASF fighters. And I think you can get 3 MLUs. You can get like 4 Draken bombers. Are they Draken? I forgot what they are. There's one of the blocks now. You get... Can I click it? Come on. No, I guess not. There we go. You get 3 of these on elite. 3 of them. More just fighting in the town. I noticed that these guys were not actually getting shots, so I had to move them around a little bit. More BTR 90s coming in. This guy's got to be running low. I think my 24B came up way too close. I don't know what he was thinking with that. We got Bolt and Raffi making a good tank push over here on the right side. A couple IC-27Ss. Dragoner here. I left the Dragoner in the open too long. I remember I had not too long ago I had 30 or so, and I just leave them in the open and they get fucking lit up. They get reamed. Still no pushes on the right, but it's still good that we have all this over here. You'll see later. Brought in 30 more Dragoner. Dragner are pretty alright. They don't have, I mean, they're not Jaeger. The Jaeger have the better, they're pretty much Jaeger, but they don't have the, rocket launcher. They just have a law. The Jaeger have 16 AP with their rocket launcher. These guys only have 13? Yeah, 13. Something I've liked doing recently, if you notice, that it's a big infantry fight, very clearly a big infantry fight. So something that your opponent might not do is have something effective versus tanks waiting for you on the other side. It's probably just infantry. Especially if you're noticing not a lot of ATGMs, you gotta try and poke at them here and there and make sure if they don't have ATGMs, make a tank push. And it'll be very effective, but then again, they can come down on top of you with the planes like they did earlier. You gotta watch out for that. I brought the MLU in to try and kill the IO-102. I just fucking went for it and didn't end up getting it. Let's see if we grab the SKs here. Are we gonna grab either of them? Chaparrals fail a lot. They really do. I do not like chaparrals anymore. They really fail a lot. Got a hit on the 27S there with my block. Don't have anything to push with, so Bolt's making a pretty lonely push there. A little bit of help from Raffy. Spetsnaz versus Keelers and Abrams. Not gonna work out, son. I remember noticing these BMPs and BTRs there, so I had my arty hit them. These guys go for the very expensive infantry. What does he actually drop out of it, though? Is it actually, like, good infantry in it? Let's see. Very expensive transports. He's making it cost a lot there with the BMP-3s, and they both die, and it was just Motostoki 90 of them. I don't think that's a good move. There goes the CV there. They're no longer +1. It is 145 to 33 them. They are winning. They have the 145. Something I did with this deck, and if you guys check it out, I'm going to put the link to the deck in the description, is that I have 7 CV trucks, which are these, the M15s, KVs, and then I also have, I think, 4 Centurion CVs, just because Red 4 likes their Smirches. Apparently they like the IL-102s as well. I've seen a lot of those. Brought up some more Leopards to help out hold Echo. But something we're missing out on is AA, so I'm bringing up some automatics, and I think, yeah, some Hawks. Running the foods, but didn't end up hitting anything with it. So, naturally, the other team's realizing, so they've lost Echo, they've pretty much lost Echo. Where is somewhere that we're probably not paying attention? They're going to hit Golf. Nothing's been happening over at Golf, so naturally they're going to come over at Golf. So we were kind of thinking that, we were kind of realizing that they're probably going to hit Golf. But what ended up happening is that, what ended up happening is I just randomly was hitting this area with arty shots, and I actually ended up killing the CV. They had an infantry CV over here that I ended up killing with the arty over here. Yeah, so we were discussing this, and we were thinking they're probably going to hit Golf. But we ended up just not doing anything about it. We just kind of left it there because we knew Raffy had a pretty good hold there. So if they were going to do something about it, we figured we could do something back pretty relatively quickly since we had the holding town there. Here's that VA, the VAB only on 1 health. After the game was over, they were saying something about how they had a bunch of tanks sitting back here or something. I'm just gonna check real quick. I don't know. They're making some weird excuses or something about having a bunch of tanks in the back. I don't know what they're talking about. And here comes the push on Golf. Another plane coming in. IL. These are going to be 72 T-72Ms and some infantry coming in over here. Let's check that again. Yeah, T-72Ms, and then here comes the infantry behind them. We're +1 right now. We're coming back. I think what I do here soon is I grab a CV for Fox. And then grab their MI2 on the left there. Wow, the Fenix got very close before they started shooting there. Damn. Engaging the 72Ms. And there's a CS killing an Akula. And now I'm moving my Centurion up, but they had some kind of recon or something up here that could see it. Yep, there they are. So they saw it come in. And they were able to grab it. Any minute now. I think I think it captures for a little while before they actually realize it's there. I want to see if it ever disappears from them. Nope, they can see it. Now it disappears. Oh, I should have kept it in that tree line. Oh, if I kept it in that tree line. I remember thinking in real time that having it in that tree line wouldn't be good enough. So I put it in that tree line, and in reality, this tree line wasn't good enough. Alright. Killed both of the SKs there. Here comes their push on the right. I think what I did for the push on the right is just napalm. Just a shit ton of napalm. Probably an IL-102 coming in here. Yep. Six IL-102s at least, and 3 B5s. Well, we didn't see the B5s. I only saw, I think, 1. Actually, can you get 3 B5s anymore? I think it's only 2. Was he Red Dragon or North Korea? I forget. Pete on their Patete, however you want to pronounce it, in the other team was playing Red Dragon or North Korea, one of those. I think if you play North Korea, you get 3 B5s, but if you play Red Dragon, you only get 2. So there's the napalm. I hit the road there. And I think I do an MLU. There it is. Yep, only thing with the MLU is that it's rookie when you first call it in. You can get 3 of them, but they're rookie. It was a little too late for my Phoenix when I noticed the Pawn Guy 3 was there. But I ended up moving the Leopards over to kill them. Wow, he tried to put in a CV there when we held that, huh? They probably didn't realize what was coming here. They should have, but they didn't in time. Pretty obvious when we have this much land over here on the right, and they have this much land over here. I mean, this much land over here on the left, and they have this much land over here on the center. It's pretty obvious we're going to do a pincer. SU-25 coming in. I got very worried that it was going to get my CV there, but it didn't end up doing it. Killed it. Oh wow, something happened to their CV there. Does it crash? Sometimes it'll crash if it comes down too hard. Those helicopters. There's the B5, it dropped. Right there. A little bit off. He would have easily gotten out if he had put it right here. It would have been a little bit more damaging. Actually, not so much. Those are only transports. Lost an MLU there. The Hawk wasn't reloaded, so did not get a kill on any of those planes. Here's the pincer move. Grab the Taurs there. He Bernardino'd Abrams. He shouldn't have kept moving, man. How's that Taur still alive? Wasn't much going on the left side here for the rest of the game, really. Just a little bit of moving here and there, but not too much. We were more focused on this and the center. We're +2 right now. We're bringing it back. It's 133 or 135 to 145 and still rising. The fire is rising. Literally, because here's some napalm. And game's gonna be tied up here now. And now we're winning 147 to 145. It's gonna keep going. So we were down quite a lot there. Forget exactly what the number was, but we were down quite a lot, and now we're back above. They own the town now, so they just had to find that command Abrams, and it was done. But napalm has a lot to say to that town in Gulf. Another IL-102. The elite blocks doing work. Wow, there's a lot in there. More BTR-80s. Ever since they had a patch, it was quite a while ago, so it's been a while, but they put a patch in that made the flamethrower infantry have like a minimum range. They aren't that, they're good, but they're not great anymore. I don't use them anymore. Another IL-102 coming in. I just decided to just keep poking at them, just throw some tanks up the road, see what they would find. I got the blocks up, killed an IO there. And then I tell them, fuck it, swing left. Getting some hits there. IL's too slow. You're not getting away, honey. You're not getting away. That's 2 IL-102 kills in one, whatever you want to call it, sortie or whatever. With the blocks there. I'm a little bit worried about any kind of recon that they have over here on the right with the Centurion, so I don't move it up immediately for Foxtrot. If we were losing, I probably would have done it, but like immediately, I would have immediately brought it up, but now I just go for it. Bear's moving 2 A4s up into the woods over here. More fire rising in Gulf. Let's see what it does to the guys in golf. They're kind of out of it. I still have no idea what they were talking about. Where they were saying something about they have a ton of tanks just sitting back here. Maybe this is what he's doing now. I don't know. They really didn't have much in the way on the left. If we had kept pushing, just a little bit of AA, probably could have gotten through. But we don't notice that when we don't see all that, so we had some other stuff to worry about. He moved the starships into the town with the VDV. That's interesting. But they do have the cannon. Do they have some kind of 20 mil or something? I thought they do. Yeah, I think that's it on the top. Centurion, I thought he was moving through because the town was clear, so I moved it up into the tree line, and that was a mistake because there's still VDV in the town. +1, so +1 for them now, but it's gonna even out here in a sec. VDV will pop those starships like nothing. They're vampires. What's the armor? The armor is pretty pitiful, but they're only 40-point tanks, and they get a lot. They get ATGMs, they have the 4HE cannon. They get a lot. Just light up the whole town, but they can actually see them there, so that was kind of pointless. I think I bring one of those CVs over. Actually, no, what I do with this one is something funny over in Delta. I'm gonna bring more in. I have the food waiting. I know it doesn't actually say food. I know it's F100D, just so you guys know that. I call it the food. A lot of people call it the food. Come the blocks. And mid kill there. There's a 25 BM. I think he gets out though. Yeah, he does. More napalm. We just fucked that town up. I try to get the block on the 24M, but it doesn't end up happening. I think I was focusing on other things at the moment. Let's see what's left in that town. 14 VDV left in that town. If I hadn't said it before, sorry about the fan, but this thing is the reason why I'm alive right now. The fan in the real world, not in this game. And I stuck a CV in Delta, so there's a +2 for us. And they're going to try and get it, but they can't do much about it because we got Abrams waiting for them, so they can't really push up. They could try to arty it, but I don't think they do. They might try, but I don't think they really get any good hits on it. When you have a ton of CVs, this is the kind of thing that you can do. But it's not like I had a ton. I had 7 of these trucks, and then I had 4 of the Centurions, and one of them's dead over here, and then another one died over here, and then I have 1 sitting in spawn. Big tank pushing the center, but they were ready for it. And this time I'm going to keep this CV farther away. Now we're +4. 27M. I think the Rollins, do the Rollins pick that up? I forget if the Rollins picked that up. Maybe not. I actually brought some infantry in with my CV this time. Did not want the VDV getting this one. But what ended up happening is the VDV spot this CV. And they end up RDing it from somewhere. I don't know from where. But we're +4 right now. Yeah, there comes the RD. It's just mortars, I think. Actually, no, that was pretty heavy. Fuck it, just bring up another one. Four minutes left. We're up 300 to 150. Wire 2's getting in some work. Is he RDing them? Alright, I want to see what they're talking about with these tanks. Where are all these tanks? Okay. So you got a bunch of Chromo 4s and T-72Ms just sitting back here. Later in the game, or after the game had ended, they were saying something like, if we had pushed into their base, then this would have been a counterattack. But we didn't, so it ended up just sitting there the rest of the game. With 3 minutes left, it would have taken a minute and a half just for them to get over here. He should have just started moving them. If we had told all this stuff to move into their base, it wouldn't. I don't think it would even get there in time to really do anything. Plus it has to fight on the way over. Game's already over now. What they could have done is made a push somewhere with those tanks, and then obviously it would have been a lot. Maybe not a ton of a different story, but just a lot. Maybe would have changed it up a little bit. I just go YOLO with the blocks over here. Grab a 27M. I don't think I got the 27S. I might even lose one or two of these. Forget. There goes one there. And there goes the other one. Oh well. They were heroes. Grab that 27M at the end there. And we're +5. 2 minutes left. Wow, the Stinger C's can't see that? Oh, he's not really paying attention. The mountain's probably in the way. MLU coming in, making a quick run. That one's still rookie. Just got a T-55 kill. It didn't do shit. I know T-55s are nothing special, but it's a kill. You're not going to go up in a rank at least. And he got a transport too. He got a T-55 and a transport. Didn't go up in rank whatsoever. +7 here with a minute left. They really do not have much at all. They really don't. Except for these tanks over here. I'm not sure why they... That's real confusing to me why they didn't do anything with those. Yeah, 30 seconds left. I don't think much happened. They like try to... Forget if they try to smurch some shit or something, but... We own the map. Last 5 seconds. Looks like we get to about 550 to 150. Plus 7 at the end. Very hard fought game, pretty good game. And it really comes down to just they had the map control, they had everything. But it just comes down to a few little situations that really changed it for them. I already did a outro for this, so I will go ahead and cut over to that. Alright, so all said and done, very good game. I didn't think I was going positive at all, and I went very close to double positive, so that was a surprise for me. I was throwing shit at them, and it's competitive, and it's like, it gets your heart going, and it's really fun to play Conquest, but really all it is who's got more stuff. Who's got more stuff, and whose bombers stay alive longer, and kind of that kind of thing. But it's all part of the game, really, when you think about it. But you don't really need to do too much thinking. It really is all part of the game. So I'm jumping down the list here. Those 1A5s at the beginning, they tore shit up. They didn't do anything about those until like a good, like maybe minute and a half of them just tearing shit up. So you'll see those 1A5s stick out here every once in a while. I actually had a kill with a CV there, because I grabbed my CV, my tank CVs. And as you guys will see when I post the link to the deck, is what I did with this is that I had a regular CV truck, which I think you get 6 or 7 of those, and then I had my Centurion CVs, because I know, obviously, Red 4 being Red 4, they got their Smirchies and their BM27s and all that good stuff. So you want to make sure you have something with pretty solid armor for your CVs, so they just can't one-shot you. But then again, you do get spotted very easily, because as you can see, as this kill right here, this loss for me, they saw it coming and they were able to drop a couple of Su-25s or whatnot on me. We did end up killing the planes that came after me, thankfully. But I don't know if it was really worth it. Was it worth it in the end? Yeah, because we still ended up winning. And oh yeah, obviously I have to make a point about it, but. While I'm actually talking in the replay, but that CV that I snuck up into the Delta there was amazing. It was awesome, because Raffi was holding them back. They weren't able to get to me, and I'm really surprised they didn't just arty it, to be honest. I am really surprised they didn't just arty it. And then as you can see, I did get a kill here with my arty, where I was just kind of randomly CV hunting there. Yeah, overall, very good game. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I enjoyed playing it, and I also hope that you have a nice day. See you guys.